Good morning and welcome to Inside South Florida. I'm your host, Nick Robinson. Thanks for joining me on this half-hour journey around the SFL. It's a packed show today, first with the efforts of one group to keep kids in South Florida on the straight and narrow. Then, if you break the law, can your condo or HOA fine you? It's a look at some interesting twists on the rules for some residents. Plus, more than 50 years ago, the black community in Fort Lauderdale rose up and staged a wade-in to protest segregated beaches. We're taking a look back at the rich history of African Americans in Broward County. We've got all that and more, so stick with us. South Florida has been deemed the pill mill capital, leading some kids to abuse drugs like OxyContin, Vicodin, or Adderall. But it's only one of many dangerous traps some teens are falling into across this community. That's why the organization Informed Families has made it their mission to help parents and the community protect kids from abusing drugs and alcohol and help keep kids on the straight and narrow. Here to explain the latest efforts is Informed Families Communications Director, Simone Knight. Communications Director. Simone, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Nick.
Now, how is the situation in South Florida? Are kids abusing more drugs, drinking more, or is it actually reducing?
Unfortunately, it's going up. The numbers have been falling from about 2004 to 2007, then there was an uptick, and now we're on the rise again, unfortunately, especially when you look at it relative to what's happening in the United States overall. We are seeing a bit of an uptick in South Florida.
And why is that?
Well, I think parents are distracted. There's so much happening in our lives right now. We have so many conflicting messages that our children are receiving from a variety of sources: television, radio, the music that they're listening to on their iPods. So they're getting a lot of conflicting messages, and we need parents to be more involved and spend more time with their children and really help to combat that.
Do you think that part is the economic condition? I mean, I know it's bad around the country, but here in South Florida, we're really struggling with unemployment, that parents don't even have that time to focus on their kids in that way?
Some of that, I think, could be in play, but really, when you look at the studies show that the kids that are more likely to be on the straight and narrow, perform well academically, be well adjusted, are the ones with involved parents. So even when you are stressed out because you're wondering whether or not you're going to be able to keep your job, or maybe even you're stressed out about your home, just finding a moment to just reassure your child and make sure that they understand, I love you, I'm paying attention to you, I want you to succeed, and I want you to stay on the straight and narrow. Don't drink, don't do drugs. It is important to me. Make sure that they understand how you feel about it.
Now, that's exactly the mission of Informed Families. Explain to me exactly what you guys do to help parents help their children.
Well, Informed Families is all about being safe, healthy, and drug-free. We really help families connect and help them to live a safe, healthy lifestyle. To connect with their children on a variety of levels, we have different programs such as Family Day, where we encourage families to spend a day at least once a week where they can have dinner with their families. Actually, also studies show that children who eat dinner with their family at least 4 times a week are also performing better academically and are less likely to abuse drugs. So that's an interesting statistic just for something as simple as sitting down and eating with your family.
Sure. Are there other things you recommend to parents to do with their children?
Well, one thing is to have a sort of a media-free zone. You know, you can have a day of the week where you're saying, okay, this day is no TV, no cell phone, no video games, and we're getting some time, maybe a couple of hours, and just hang out and chill together as a family. You can also make sure to put the computer in a central area of the home, so therefore you can monitor their behavior online, see what they're doing. Now you know that there's so many issues with Facebook and cyberbullying,
sure,
and kids really feeling all sorts of pressure for it too, which can also lead to other risky behaviors and other problems with your kids. So really, it's all about spending more time connecting with your family and making sure that they understand how you as a parent feel about them drinking, smoking, doing drugs, and maintain that.
Now, obviously, having informed parents, having active parents is very important. But is there a point where you see parents go too far, getting too involved and pushing their kids into more dangerous behavior?
Sometimes we call it the helicopter parent. You can go too far in one direction where you're sort of hovering over them like a helicopter. You really want to give them the opportunity to grow as an adult, grow young teen, and be able to make their own decisions. You know, you give them the ideas on how you feel about things, you set boundaries, and make sure that they stay within those boundaries. But when they step out, which they will occasionally, you know, you have to sort of correct them in a nurturing loving way and bring them back. But you got to give them an opportunity to make their own decisions.
It's a tough balance as parents, to be sure. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about on a side is pill mills in South Florida. It's such a rampant problem we have. And recently the legislature enacted a couple new laws to crack down on it. Do you think that that will help kids become less likely to become addicts?
I think so. One of the issues with pill mills is that you have people that are going there genuinely because they're ill and they need this medication, and then you have those that are going there getting the pills and then selling it. You have people coming in from other states to Florida to be able to buy this medication so that they can sell it. Unfortunately, these pills are ending up in the hands of our children. They're having what's called prescription parties or Skittle parties, where they have a whole bowl full of prescription drugs. They have no idea what they are, and they're drinking alcohol along with whatever colorful drug they pick out of this bowl. It's a really, really scary prospect and thought that your child, whom you think is at school, could be engaging in one of these Skittle parties.
Now, you were talking a little bit about the access to social media for kids. You guys have started a new social media campaign yourselves to try and get the word out. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, Informed Families really right now is trying to really connect more and more families together. We have what's called the Parent Network, which allows one parent to connect with another parent that maybe the two together. So most of us are already on Facebook and or Twitter and or LinkedIn. So we want to utilize those avenues to help more families connect with each other and see what's happening, also network with each other. So what we've done is we're redesigning our entire online identity and redesigning our website to be more conducive to connecting and getting information out to families when they need it, customized information for how they need it. We're also doing a Red Ribbon contest online, and that's going to be starting in late September to early November, where we're encouraging families to decorate their door or decorate their mailbox for Red Ribbon, and then take a photo of it, upload it to our Facebook page, and the family that has the most votes will win an iPad 2 and also $1,000 for their favorite school. We're giving away 8 iPad 2s throughout the state of Florida.
Wow, I wish I had kids that I could decorate my door with now. But you just mentioned the Red Ribbon competition or contest. Red Ribbon Week is a national event. You guys are the Florida sponsors of that.
Yes.
Exactly what is Red Ribbon Week?
Red Ribbon is all about drug prevention. It's about community engagement. It's all about keeping prevention in the forefront of our children's minds, but in a fun way. Every year this happens from October 23rd to the 31st. It's the largest drug prevention campaign in the nation. It's been happening since the 80s, and all started with the death, well, I should say the murder, unfortunately, of a DEA agent named Kiki Camarena, and the community rallied around this unfortunate incident to say, you know, we've had enough with all the drugs that's in our neighborhood, and we're banding together, and we're going to show our support with a red ribbon. So that's what started. Red Ribbon back in the 80s. Bring it forward, and we have thousands of schools all through the nation that celebrate Red Ribbon. Your child may come home and say, "Oh, Mom, it's Red Sock Day. You know, can I wear red socks tomorrow?" Or it's Red Shirt Day, and this is all in relation to Red Ribbon. So what we're doing this year, again, we have a different theme every year, and this year's theme is "It's Up to Me to Be Drug-Free." And that's about showing kids at an early age that they can take responsibility for their actions and decisions, and it's up to them to live the kind of life that they want to live in terms of being successful academically, having great friends, having a great life, being successful in sports if that's what they're interested in, preparing for college, and just being all around supported and loved, and just having a fun, healthy life. And that's what Red Ribbon is about.
Very powerful message when you remind kids that it is up to them. Simone, thank you so much for sharing this important message with us. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And if you want more information on their latest campaigns, Red Ribbon Week, or resources, just head to informedfamilies.org. Also, you might want to join their Facebook page we were talking about at facebook.com/informedfamilies. Now, coming up, condo owners being fined by their associations for breaking the law. It's happening, but is it legal? Find out when we come back.